good to go. So tonight's lift is going to be legs. Legs at none other than the Planet Fitness, because it's past 6 o'clock and all the other gyms that I like nearby close early on the weekend, which I'm not a massive fan of, I don't like that. Really, eh, I like it in an unhealthy way, but I like a 24-hour gym. But then when it's 24-hour, I don't have an incentive to go early, so I'll end up lifting at really bad hours, and my sleep schedule gets thrown off, and so I don't know. Wish all gyms could stay open until midnight, until freaking midnight. Wouldn't that be nice? But make do. So 7 o'clock now, closes at 9. More than enough time to destroy quads and hamstrings. Hamstrings first, ton of hamstring curls. Honestly, that's pretty much it. Probably laying, seated. One thing that I will do if every machine is taken or if I don't have access is I'll take a bench up to a cable, like a cable stack, put it on a low setting, and then use that little ankle attachment, right, that girls are using for glute exercises. Or I've been seeing this a lot, guys using it. Well, okay, anybody using it for side laterals where you strap it on your wrist. I mean, fuck it, if it makes you feel your side delt more, then you're on fucking track. But yeah, you can take that, strap it around your ankle, and then do seated curls, right, by pulling the cable towards yourself. For a while, when I was only lifting at the home gym, peak COVID hours, you understand the drill. There's not really much you can do for hamstrings in a home gym, unless you have a dedicated fucking, hamstring curl, which then you hardly have a home gym. You just have a gym that happens to be at your home. So what I would end up doing is I would just strap some elastic bands to the corner of the rack and do single leg curls like that. Probably not the most ideal, but better. You gotta make do with what you have available here. So whatever. Hey, seated hamstring curl, laying hamstring curl, quads, fucking really probably just gonna fucking spam leg extensions. I think I might drop my volume this cut. I think I'm gonna decrease the volume. Well, oh wait, whoops. Whoa. I was turning towards the Y. I'm going to fucking Planet Fitness. But I've been thinking about dropping the volume from 11 sets to 8. Because you got to think, my goal, for the most part, is to lift as intensely as possible, enough such that I trigger some either muscle protein synthesis in a bulking context, or maintain the muscle that I've built in a dieting context. So, I've referenced this before. Imagine a bell curve of the effectiveness of different amounts of volume for your single workout for a single body part. So let's say chest. If you do 0 sets, you get 0 gains. Obviously, it's pretty simple. If you do 1 set hard, after proper warm-up, of course, you'll probably get a little bit of something, maybe. But I don't think a monster chest can be built with 1 set twice a week. I think you need more damage than that. So 2 a little more than 1, 3 a little more than 2, I'm inclined to believe. And then I think around probably 9-ish, maybe, 9 a little more, a little less. Around there is probably the sweet spot in terms of the amount of volume you do per lift, per body part. Because somewhere in between, probably, I would say, just as a wide margin, maybe 6 and 13 hard sets, a lot of weight, squeezing, burning, getting pumped. Around there, I think that's where you're gonna trigger as much growth or muscle maintenance as possible without doing any excess fatigue. So I think I'm gonna ponder lowering the volume. I'll see how it feels. But one thing, maybe I'll just try to play it by ear a little bit more. Because let's say I get fully pumped at around, I don't know, 8 sets. Should I keep going? I don't know, maybe not. I've heard some talk of pretty legit, like, dudes way bigger than me who kind of have adopted that training style. So I'm not going to go full on Mike Mentzer 2 sets a week, but maybe I think I'll just call it once I'm fully pumped. Now, if that's earlier than 11, fuck man, that'll be alright. The last thing I want to do is just, do the same shit I've always done. I want to try new shit, try to get new results. Now, in a dieting context, I said this in the last video too, the training isn't going to really change the results that much. Right now, since I'm just trying to lose body fat and maintain muscle, there's no workout that I can do in a calorie deficit which is like gonna make my fucking triceps blow up. Even if I did the perfect tricep workout for the next like 3 months or 2-ish months while I'm cutting, it's not really gonna change anything because the dieting phase is just a break from the muscular progress phase, which I, sort of focus on during a bulk. But if you're into muscle maintenance and you're just like hitting your protein, eating as much food as you're hungry for, and then lifting, I mean, I did that for the first like 3 years, then you're good, man. You're freaking good. But, well, that was kind of a trash burnout, but that was a dude in a Charger. I wish he would have drifted that corner. That would have actually been kind of cool. But let's go to the Planet Fitness, goddammit. Let's get started. So the plan was hamstrings and fucking quads, but I didn't do hamstrings for like a week and a half, and then hitting them super hard last leg day, I'm still feeling them. So, typically I would say it's probably in your best interest not to do a muscle if it's still sore. But then again, sometimes I just do it anyway, just because. So, use your best judgment. But if you think, like some days, so I have usually arms after back. So let's say for whatever reason on that back day, I happen to get a ton of bicep activation. Usually I try not to do that because I use straps and I try to keep my arms completely out of the equation. But some machines and like some angles of rows, it will. Yeah, please take a second to kick in. I just slammed it while in the car. But so yeah, some back movements I just end up like really working my biceps to the point that the next day, when I'm gonna hit them with arms, like they're still sore. So really, no point to hit a muscle if it's in a compromised state. So for me, I mean, if you're thinking about like on the topic of rest days before we actually start legs, if you rested and you ate your food, and let's say you did push-pull legs, next day, like you did 3 days, push-pull legs, and then now it's hypothetically either a rest day or a pull day. And I mean, in my opinion, if your chest isn't sore and your triceps aren't sore, I say hit it again. Now, if you need another day's rest and then you want to hit it the next day, that's fine too. Honestly, I think if I took like one rest day a week, I'd probably still be the same size as I am now. But I don't really think I'd be much bigger. So, rest days, in my opinion, are kind of just, prescribed as necessary. So let's get to what we're actually doing, just quads. So we're gonna start off with single leg extensions. I mean, moderate weight, but really I'm just trying to fucking, burn the shit out of them. Oh, God. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. 2 more of those. Eesh. All right, so that's 5 sets of single leg extensions done. I will admit my leg day intensity is definitely a little bit less for the most part on a cut versus on a bulk, just because I'm really trying to maintain my muscle. Obviously, I'm still going to hard, still going to go hard. I guess what I really mean is like, well, the weight's lighter. So legs for me ends up being a bit more squeezing reps rather than like fucking tons of weight. Because, I mean, I'm just like anybody else. And especially when I'm not eating a fuck ton of food, I can tell my knees get a bit more tender on a cut. So I'm a little bit more, I guess I'd say careful. But plan now, I'm already feeling pretty pumped just from the single legs. I think I'm going to do as many sets of double leg extensions, supersetted into sissy squats. I'll do as many of those as I can until I feel like I'm fully pumped, and then we can be done. I'll add the cardio tomorrow. This is kind of a lackluster lift for you to watch. I can definitely tell you guys like probably chest the most. Arms and back are tied for second, and then you don't like legs as much. To be expected. Oh, fuck. All right, a couple more of these. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Whew. So one little execution tip with these sissy squats is I'm not imagining like pushing that way. Like in my mind, I'm not sending signals to my glutes and my quads to like push down. Really, as I'm doing them, I'm just trying to tell my quads to straighten out. So I don't feel like I'm pushing the floor. I almost feel like I'm trying to like kick it out from underneath me, if that makes sense. I think one more and then we can check the quad pump. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, dude. All right. Let's go check the quad pump. They're feeling pretty stiff. All right, exposure slightly down. Let's see what kind of pump we're working with after, only 8 sets of leg extensions, including a little bit of a drop set, but, nothing insane. At least not in terms of weight. I mean, those leg extensions were clearly doing some damage, though. Ooh. Ooh. Quads are fucking... Dude, the quads are going to come in freaky as all hell. Especially once I'm, like, really lean. I'm pretty lean now, but there's way more detail to be revealed, let's say. Oh, but I mean, it's not looking bad now. Oh my God, nice. Whew. Even get some fucking veins coming out already. Let's do a little bit of a breath hold, make them pop out even crazier. Oh, dude, actually, holy shit. Eesh. Only crazier to come too. It's only like day something with the cut. So this is badass. Nice. Well, nothing else to discuss. Let's move on to whatever I end up making the rest of this video. I know it'll be a car talk, but there may be some extras. I'm not sure. But let's get in the fucking car. Quads got freaking pumped. As predicted, though, that was not a surprise. So I will say this. It's not so hard to have a... Well, for me, I would say it's a lot harder for me to have a workout that I would say was like a bad lift when I'm dieting. Just because, the pumps aren't as like insane as when, I'm totally full of carbs from fucking, whatever source I can get my hands on. So, even if I had like a subpar pump, honestly, to an extent, I'm like, hey, fuck it. Sometimes the pump's there, sometimes it's not. Still lifted the weights, still stimulated the muscle. And, I mean, once you start getting cut, even a bad pump looks pretty freaky. You still got the veins coming out and everything. Now, I'm not trying to say that as like, so I'm not going to really go that hard. That's not what I'm trying to say. But, some days, like, you're doing triceps and they're just not filling up with blood as quickly as usual. Or maybe you're doing chest and, like, you're just not getting that tight pump that you should be. That skin-tight pressure towards the end of your lift. I mean, on a cut, you're really just trying to stimulate the muscle and, hit some weights, maintain strength. You get the idea. So, I mean, that's what we fucking did for quads, man. Pumped. I'll probably get back into some pressing. I'm chilling out on it for a little while because I've been sort of jumping into like heavy squats. I'm not going to do that heavy when I do them, but like, reasonable weight. I've been kind of chilling out on them just because my adductors have been flaring up on me. God damn. Honestly, I should have done some fucking adductors. I'll throw them in the routine. We'll throw them into the routine. It's good for you. A very good stabilizer. That's the machine where you close your legs together. Not the one where you spread them apart. If you're a dude and you're using that one, I just think it's a waste of effort, man. Like, as a guy, man, don't you want big-ass hamstrings and quads? I don't think you need a bigger butt, I'm sure if you're a fan of power lifters, then maybe you've kind of got that indoctrinated into your mind. Because I think a lot of power lifters might do some direct glute work just because it may transfer a little bit to some squat strength. But, I mean, you're never going to catch me doing dedicated glutes. Come on. Let's be fucking real. So, what else is going on? School? I'm just like you, man. I go to class, dude. I take notes. I got to do homework, dude. I was lifting last night, or did I lift in the daytime yesterday? I don't really remember. But I got a Canvas notification to like finish my syllabus agreement, and it's already given me flashbacks to like, I'd have a lift at like 11, And then I get a notification like, oh, your homework is due in 1 hour. And then I'm just like, fucked. You get the drill. You get the freaking drill. So that'll take up a little chunk of time, chunk of effort. But I am glad that right now I'm dieting. Well, obviously you're dieting all the time as a bodybuilder if you're trying to, like, eat for a specific performance metric, be it strength and size gain or, fat loss. But let's say, let me say cutting instead. I'm glad that I'm cutting during the semester just because I have more fucking free time. Like when I'm bulking, that's a considerable amount of effort and, like, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Well, it takes a lot of fucking time because you gotta get food. You gotta always be fucking eating food. I'm not complaining because I do it because I want to. I want to gain some fucking muscle. But it definitely takes more effort for me to bulk up than it does to cut down. Because for the most part, I think I'm pretty good when it comes to the, mental fortitude and being able to not just scarf down sweets if that doesn't, align with my goals. Right now, I'm trying to fucking lose body fat, dude. You're not going to catch me having like a 4,000 calorie cheat day unless maybe it's like a dedicated refeed for some reason. Honestly, I've never really messed with refeeds or anything. But I mean, I didn't eat a fucking ton of food earlier today. So I had a fucking Klondike bar. 200, actually, how many calories was it? I think it was 13 grams of fat and about 13 grams of fat and how many grams of carbs? Fuck. I can't remember. Whatever, it was, however many, dude, I'm really freaking out right now. However many calories it was, that just goes into my fucking stupid simple macro tracker where my basic diet plan is, by the end of the day, spread out relatively evenly. I want to hit 250 grams of protein, about 50 grams of fat, and 260 grams of carbs. Now, let's say I eat, an extra 25 grams of fat. That means I'll just try to eat a little bit less carbs, or vice versa. But, you get the idea. So, fuck, man, if I just ate, like, sweets and, my eggs and meats or whatever, as long as it still fit in those macros, I would still be losing body fat, right? When it comes to the energy inside of food, it doesn't matter if it's a fucking glazed. Actually, my favorite is the strawberry jelly filled donut. But it doesn't matter if it's a fucking sweet treat or if it's some rice with olive oil or whatever dressing you want. So you get the idea. Your body's like, oh, we got some fucking carbs in the system. Oh, we got some fats in the system. Now, I'm not going to say that all of those are going to result in the same shit. I mean, clearly I'm not a massive advocate of, like, eating the most, like, conventionally healthy foods available. But, I'm not going to... the only thing that I really look out for is, like, I try not to eat trans fats. Like, if I see some of the trans fats in it, I stay away. Because that's, like, legit bad for you. But, you get what I'm trying to say. If it fits your macros, you're good. You're freaking good. But with that mentality, it's not really the most conducive with being able to stick to a diet plan. I took the wrong turn. I gotta do a little loop around. Because let's say I were to eat a big-ass breakfast, waffles, pancakes, was bacon, whatever. And that breakfast was 2,200 calories. Hypothetically, if I only ate 300 more calories for the rest of the day, then by the end of it, I'd be at that 2,500 calorie limit. And if I didn't eat anything else, then in terms of weight change, that day would still be, one that would make progress because I ate less than my maintenance calories. But for one thing, I mean, I definitely want to spread my protein out throughout the day. You don't just want to eat your whole fucking meal at once. Some people are into that with like the one meal a day, 23-hour fast. I don't mess with that, and I'm uninformed on the topic. But I want to eat my protein throughout the day. And let's say I did have that big meal. It's going to be fucking harder for me to make it to the rest of the night without, my stomach grumbling and want me to eat some more fucking food. So that's why when I'm dieting, my food choices are extremely different than they are when I'm bulking. Because I'm trying to eat foods that are going to fill me up, but not fill me up with too many calories. Right? I'm eating fucking egg white omelets with like chopped spinach mixed up. I'll throw a little bit of cheese on there, but really you got to get some fat-free cheese. That shit is insane. The macro, it's just fucking protein. It's badass. Now, the quality of the protein, I would say, is probably it's probably arguable. So I do typically, if I eat a food where the protein is like not a complete source, like breads or if you look at a slice of bread, it says like what 4 grams of protein. It's not a fucking complete protein. Usually, honestly, for me, for the most part, I just don't even count it. I only count dedicated protein sources like animal products, meats, fish, dairy. But don't take that as advice. Do whatever the fuck you want when you track your calories. Uh, but yeah, I'm eating fucking lean AF. It's 97% beef. Strain off all the fat. Fill it up with like 4 servings of Sweet Baby Ray's no sugar added barbecue sauce. And then scooping out some of that onto some keto buns that only have like 2 grams of carbs each. A little bit of fat as well, but you get the idea. Dude, I'm eating foods where at the end of it I can say, well, I feel pretty fucking full. But I only knocked down, 500 calories. So I'll get into detail into some of these little dieting, low calorie dense meals in like the I'll do a full day of eating for the cut pretty soon to give you guys a little bit more insight into what I'm talking about. But I mean, fuck it, dude. Until then, we're just gonna keep on doing what we're fucking doing. Oh yeah, shit. So today I went to Best Buy. I got a fancy pants camera. I'm gonna play around with that tomorrow. So I'll see if that ends up working out. Because I tell you what, I do fucking like the fact that I just record everything on the phone, edit it on the phone, upload it from the phone. But we're getting, these videos are getting a couple of views. I'm sure some of you would appreciate a bit of a quality upgrade. And also, then I'll be able to look at my pump checks in like 4K instead of 1080. That's pretty badass. So I'll play around with that tomorrow. But if I think it ends up just being like a fucking hassle, then we'll keep it as is. But I'm leaning towards thinking that it's going to work out pretty good. Because I can still take the files straight to the phone. Now we're talking about some behind the scenes shit. So keep an eye out for, if you just watch the next video after this one, maybe you'll be blown away by the cinematography that I bring to. Oh yeah, and it's gonna be a chest day. That's gonna be freaky. But yeah, if it ends up not being ideal for my particular situation, I'll just fucking return that shit. No matter what happens, though, any sort of outside circumstance or situation, the pumps are gonna keep on coming. I can freaking guarantee it. So I will catch you next time, goddammit. Exposure down to a freaky level. Let's see what we're working with. So 30 minutes of the seated bike. I actually gave you a little bit of a demonstration. There's fucking nothing to see. I sit down, put it to quick start. Personally, I don't see the point in doing like intervals, or if the cardio machine says like, oh, fat burning mode, that's nothing. That's just having it be more difficult for like maybe a minute, and then you back off a minute. I say just do the quick start simple mode, turn up the difficulty to something you can manage to pedal at a decent rate. And what I've always done is I do it at a difficulty like it's level 10 on that one. And these numbers are totally mumbo jumbo, but I do it such that it reads off as about burning 10 calories a minute. So I found that across even different sorts of brands of pedal seated bikes, that's about right. I feel like I get sweaty the same amount, and I start sweating at the same period. I guess that's depending on temperature and how well hydrated you are, but whatever. getting in there and doing it, even if it's a little easier one day or a little harder the other day because you use different bikes, that's a problem that you guys probably don't even have because you don't even fucking do your cardio. But it's, I think it's about 12:30 right now on a Sunday, so I get to go home and chill, eat a couple of meals before I go do chest tonight. So let's do a little bit of an unpumped pose check. I should have brought a different shirt. I can already tell this one's gonna be fucking uncomfortable to put back on once it's cold. But whatever. God damn it. There we go. So I'm gonna get a scale on my way home as well, because I've got to add my morning weight to the beginning of these videos so we can keep track. So one thing I kind of like in terms of like being lean is I'll actually start to get some fucking ab shit going on. There's like a couple veins creeping out up here towards my belly button. I can kind of already see one like right up here. Whoa. And it'll only get freakier from here. It's great. A little bit of a freaky front relaxed. I should be able to hit a nasty vacuum. I haven't eaten anything today. I woke up at like 11 and I drank a fucking... Somebody was telling me it's better to take your vitamins in the fucking morning. So that's what I did. I'm going to start taking it in the morning, God damn it. Because he was saying like B12 messes with your sleep. So I do it at a random time anyway. Maybe I'll sleep better if I take it in the morning. Let's hit a freaky vacuum. Blow all the air out of your stomach and just try to pull it in. Really, apart from saying those like key phrases, it can't really be taught. You just sort of have to do it and try it out for yourself. Whew. And that'll only get fucking freakier as the weeks pass. That is badass. Oh, I guess I didn't do a front lat spread. Same thing. Front lat spread, vacuum, side chest, kind of do a vacuum to slim up the waist. Honestly, just sucking your waist in all the time, it'll make you look cool. All right. Well, we already did the car talk. I don't think we need 2 car talks in one, but the video for tomorrow, because technically I'm recording this the day that I uploaded this cardio portion, because the lift was yesterday. That's pretty much my routine. I record the video at night, and then when I do the 30 minutes of cardio, that's when I edit the video. So, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Now, if you're not fucking posting a workout video every day, then you got your hands free to do whatever the fuck you want when you do your cardio. You can watch a fucking movie. You could play some Clash Royale. I know you're probably laughing when you saw that little overlay. That was pretty funny. And you just sit. Like that required so little effort compared to like an actual weight training workout that it's comical the results you get based on how difficult it is. I guess the difficulty just comes in becoming consistent with it, because apparently that's you're making me think that it's harder to do cardio than it is to like rep 3 plates on bench, based on the statistics of my non-third-party double-blind YouTube study from that one post. But we're done, man. So watch out for... So I do want some opinions. So I got a fucking camera, and I'm going to record tonight's chest day with it. So you tell me if it's a notable quality upgrade, and if you want me to keep it or just stick with the phone. I'm still going to edit it on the phone. I can just take the files directly to it. But yeah, just keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. I'm curious. Either way, the pump is gonna look fucking freaky. I think we already know that. But I'll fucking see you next time.